Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Central Equipment, Claiborne Farm, Duck Lane's Veterinary Pharmacy, Gainesway, Horse Sense, Horse Races Now, Keeneland, Lane's End, Malone's, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Pala Mountains, Pin Oak Stud, Quillen Leather and Tack, Ramard, Sally Horse Vans, and Shadwell Farm.
Hi everyone, welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring 4 graded stakes from Churchill Downs, including front-running winners of the Grade 1 Stephen Foster Handicap and the Grade 2 Fleur-de-Lis Handicap. We begin with sprinting fillies and mares at Belmont Park. In the Grade 3 Bed of Roses Handicap, Dance to Bristol, the 6-5 favorite. Tom Durkin picks up the call.
And it's still Fantasy of Flight, the leader. But here they come after Fantasy of Flight. 45-4 was that half mile. Delightful Quality edging ever closer second. Dance to Bristol poised on the outside for the stretch drive with Great Pleasure and Willett at the back. They're off the turn. They're into the stretch. And Dance to Bristol is cut loose here at the top of the lane. Dance to Bristol seizes the lead just outside the 8th pole. Fantasy of Flight is fighting on. And Delightful Quality is back running third as they come down to the finish. It'll be Dance to Bristol who dances home here to win the Bed of Roses by 2.5 lengths.
Dance to Bristol, the winner officially by 2 1/4 lengths over Fantasy of Flight. Xavier Perez aboard in stakes record time of 1:20-4. The 5th consecutive victory for the consistent sprinter who's been either first or second in 15 of her 16 starts. This marked her first graded stakes success. The 4-year-old filly by Speightstown was bred in Kentucky by Mr. and Mrs. David Garner and was a $42,000 2-year-old. Dance to Bristol has earned $500,000 for Susan Wantz. Ollie Figgins III trains the winner. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year. To Delaware Park for fillies and mares in the Grade 3 Obeah Stakes. Brian's Jewel, the 1-5 favorite. John Curran has the call.
Comfortable fractions, half 49-2, half mile to go. Stars Tizzy Fit by 3 parts over Sigariah. Fire Assay toward the outside of access to Charlie. And why not? Brian's Jewel hemmed in a bit right now, but only about 3.5 lengths off the lead with 3/8 to go. Sigariah joining Stars Tizzy Fit. Fire Assay's a closer third. They're well grouped. And why not's going to try and circle the field. Brian's Jewel will now make her bid. Wide open indeed. You can throw a handkerchief over this bunch with 1/4 to go. Sigariah leads it. Here comes And Why Not. Brian's Jewel behind horses needs a seam to run through. Stars Tizzy Fit drifting out top of the stretch. And from the outside, And Why Not charges to the front. Now Brian's Jewel finds a seam, and here she comes. And Why Not? Brian's Jewel is free and coming with her run. Brian's Jewel, And Why Not? Head to head, a 16th to go. Brian's Jewel, And Why Not? Brian's Jewel, her second stakes win in a week here.
Brian's Jewel gets up to defeat And Why Not by a neck while conceding 4 pounds to the runner-up. The Keeneland sales graduate under high weight of 121 pounds and Alex Cintron in 151-1. Back-to-back stakes wins over the track for Brian's Jewel, who won the off-the-turf John W. Rooney Memorial Handicap a week earlier. The 5-year-old mare by Rockport Harbor was bred in Kentucky by Peter Van Andel and was a $67,000 Keeneland September yearling. Trained by McLean Robertson, Brian's Jewel has earned $421,000 for Barry and John Butzo. Brian's Jewel paid $2.60 to win and is the Malone's Favorite of the Week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. More racing coming up, but first, here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week. With the Grade 3 Pegasus Handicap coming up in this segment, 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with turf milers at Indiana Downs in the Centaur Stakes. Free World at 8-5, a slight favorite over War Dancer. Bill Downs picks up the call.
Free World, the 8-5 favorite, on top by a length and a half. Any rider will do. Pestering in second. War Dancer keeps tabs on the front runner in third. And then it's Ruler of Love in fourth. Bataki Kid in fifth and only about 2.5 lengths off of the lead. Green Grass of Wyoming runs along in mid-pack. Then the gray Moro Tap has one beat, and that's Balthasar. 8 lengths from front to last. The half was in 47 seconds as they go on to the far turn. In its Free World, the lead's 2 lengths. Any rider will do. Niggled upon for more speed in second. It's War Dancer saving ground around both turns in third, now up in the second. Green Grass of Wyoming goes wide. Pataki Kid looking out for some racing room as they reach the top of the stretch. And it's Free World who's homeward bound off the turn by 2.5, 3 lengths over War Dancer, who's asked for speed on the outside second. In deep stretch, it's Free World with a dominating performance in the Centaur Stakes.
Free World takes the field gate to wire to defeat War Dancer by 2 lengths. Chris Landros, the winning jockey, in 134-1. Free World has won 4 consecutive starts, including the Robert Hilton Memorial Stakes at Charlestown on dirt. The Tom Amos trainee made his turf debut at Indiana Downs in his latest and rolled to a 7.25 length allowance victory. The colt by Stormy Atlantic was bred in Kentucky by Windstar Farm, LLC. A $45,000 2-year-old purchase by Maggie Moss, Free World has earned $252,000. To Belmont Park for the Grade 3 Hill Prince Stakes. Red Rifle, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
Shining Copper has opened up a 4-length lead here. Quarter up in 23 1/5 seconds. Special Kills second with a half mile to go. The opening half was 46 2/5 seconds. Joe Haas third and in between horses. Red Rocker being asked for more now. He's fourth on the outside. No real response. Play It Loud is moving well and comes through an opening on the inside from fifth. Then Bernie the Jet, not a cat but a llama, is ready to roll and comes through an opening down toward the rail. Now switches to the outside. Then Red Rifle and Michael With Us making a wide looping move as the field turns for home. At the top of the stretch, Shining Copper down toward the rail. Play It Loud in with an upset chance here, and not a cat but a llama up for the lead. Not a cat from a llama is in front. Play It Loud continues to fight on bravely as they come down to the finish. Not a cat but a llama and Play It Loud. Not a cat but a llama by a hard-fought head.
Not a Cat But a Llama scores officially by a neck over Play It Loud. John Velasquez aboard the OBS sales graduate in 134-4. A 2-time stakes winner at 2, the Todd Pletcher trainee had been winless in his first 2 starts this season. The New York Red Colt by Harlan's Holiday was a $50,000 yearling turned $105,000 OBS April 2-year-old. Not a Cat But a Llama has earned $308,000 for Rapoli Stable. To Churchill Downs for the Grade 3 Matt Wynn Stakes. Code West, the 2-1 favorite. Mark Johnson has the call.
24-3 for the first quarter mile as they go to halfway in the 16th running of the Matt Wynn, and Dewey Square has the lead now of a length and a half. Code West is racing in second and Captured is in third. Around the outside in fourth position is Bellarmine as they're about to leave the back stretch, the half in 48-4. And it's Dewey Square and Mike Smith out in front. The lead is just over a length to Code West and Rosina Pravnik in second. Uncaptured and Miguel Mena towards the inside in third. Bellarmine is racing in fourth. Now making a move around the outside is Abstraction. Spot the green cap for Leandro Gonsalves. They're bunching up at the top of the lane. And it's Code West who claims the lead. Dewey Square towards the inside tries to hang tough. Uncaptured is looking for racing room. Bellarmine and down the wide outside is Abstraction. A furlong to go and down the outside it's Uncaptured. On the inside Code West. These two inside the final 16th. Code West the far side tenacious towards the near side Uncaptured. It's a bob of the heads. Code West.
Code West by Lane's End Stallion Lemon Drop Kid outfinishes Uncaptured by a head for a 1-2 finish by Keeneland sales graduates. Rosie Napravnik aboard in 143-1. The first stakes victory for Code West, who has beaten only a nose in the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes back in February. The Bob Baffert trainee snapped a 4-race losing streak by taking an entry-level allowance by 6 3/4 lengths on the Preakness Stakes undercard at Pimlico. The Ridgeling was bred in Virginia by Edward P. Evans. Code West has earned $260,000 for Gary and Mary West. The winner was consigned by Lane's End, agent for the complete dispersal of the estate of Evans Spring Hill Farm, to the 2011 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by Ben Glass, agent, for $340,000. Graded stakes winner Code West, the Keeneland sales graduate of the week. To Monmouth Park now for the Grade 3 Pegasus Stakes. This race figured to be a battle between top colts Verrazano and It's My Lucky Day, with Verrazano the 3-5 favorite. Larry Colmus has the call.
Advantage Verrazano onto the backstretch. He walked through that first quarter alone on the lead, and now Mike Smith realizes that and brings It's My Lucky Day right alongside, and they're a half length apart. And now suddenly It's My Lucky Day took a bad step. Oh, he's being pulled up. Oh, he's been pulled up on the backstretch. Something's gone wrong with It's My Lucky Day on the backstretch here, as Verrazano continues to lead the way, and It's My Lucky Day has pulled up at the half-mile pole. Verrazano's got a 3-length lead now over Reporting Star in second, and then it's Gefest and Bethel as the field races on the far turn. It is Verrazano and his main competition out of the race here. So he's leisurely coming to the quarter pole, 3 in front of Reporting Star. And after 3 quarters in 1:12 and 3, they're into the stretch, and John Velasquez and Verrazano pull away to a 5-length lead. Reporting Star is second, and then it's Bethel and Gefest. No competition left today for Verrazano, and he rolls on home to win the Pegasus. Finishing well in the end, did Verrazano.
With It's My Lucky Day pulled up, Verrazano cruises to a 9 1/4 length victory over Reporting Star. The Keeneland sales graduate under high weight of 123 pounds and John Velasquez in 1:41 and 3. Verrazano making his first start since he backed up to 14th in the Kentucky Derby. The Todd Pletcher trainee came into the Derby off an impressive victory in the Grade 1 Wood Memorial. The colt by More Than Ready was bred in Kentucky by Emory Hamilton and was a $250,000 Keeneland September yearling. Verrazano has earned $951,000 for Let's Go Stable, Michael Tabor, Susan Magnier, and Derek Smith. The Lane's End Stallion of the Week is the beautifully bred Lemon Drop Kid, whose son Code West just captured the Grade 3 Matt Win Stakes under the lights at Churchill Downs. Code West became Lane's End's 13th graded stakes winning graduate this year, putting Lane's End far and away at the top of that list. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Vanity Handicap and the Grade 2 Fleur-de-Lis Handicap coming up in this segment. We begin with 3-year-old turf fillies at Churchill Downs in the Grade 3 Regret Stakes. Kitten's Dumplings, the 3 to 5 favorite. Once again, here's Mark Johnson.
Through halfway in the 44th running of the Regret, taking the half in 46 and 4, and into the far turn. Eden Prairie still leads. In second on the outside is Miss Lucky 7. Then towards the inside is Oscar Party, who's now coming under a ride. Now Miss Squeal begins to make a move around the outside. Kitten's Dumplings is making ground, but she is brutally wide as they come into the lane. Eden Prairie taken on now down the outside by Miss Lucky 7's. These two down the outside. Kitten's Dumplings through on the inside. Oscar Party with a surge inside the final furlong now. Kitten's Dumplings and Joel Rosario surge to the lead. Pryor giving chase in second. Oscar Party on the inside. Kitten's Dumplings, a huge win in the Regret.
Odds-on favorite Kitten's Dumplings, the last to first winner by 2 1/4 lengths over Longshot Praya. The second graded stakes winner on the card for Joel Rosario. Time of the race, 1:48 and 2. Kitten's Dumplings and Praya also finished 1-2 in the Edgewood Stakes over the Churchill Downs turf on Kentucky Oaks Day. The filly by Kitten's Joy was bred in Kentucky by her owners, Kenneth and Sarah Ramsey. Trained by Mike Maker, Kitten's Dumplings has earned $313,000.
The last 3 Kentucky Derby winners, Animal Kingdom, I'll Have Another, and Orb, have been separated from the pack with the help of Pala Mountains Equine Pro. Log on to palamountains.net.
To Betfair Hollywood Park for fillies and mares in the Grade 1 Vanity Handicap. Lady of 50, the 1-2 favorite. Vic Stauffer has the call.
Royal Tiger and Martin Garcia set the pace, and they are 3 lengths in front of Ascentepe in second. At the rail goes Bairama, third and about 3.5 from the front. More Chocolate and a 3 wide Open Water are together. They're both 6 from the lead, and Lady of 50 is 10 lengths behind the uncontested front-runner Royal Tiger, who cruises up the backstretch in the 72nd Vanity Handicap, and Royal Tiger is 5 furlongs from the money, and she leads by 6 lengths. By by Rama and Escentipe are second and third. Then it's a length and a half further back to More Chocolate. She's in the clear now from Maldonado and has 7 lengths to make up. Open Water could be wide at the far turn. She's caught out wide now. Escentipe has dropped out of it. Escentipe is backing up, and she's last as they leave the backstretch 3 furlongs from the wire. It is still Royal Tiger in front. Her lead was 6. It's now 3 as they go to the quarter pole. By Rama and More Chocolate loom large. Here comes By Rama. Here comes a 3 wide More Chocolate, and those two have run right by Royal Tiger. Then it's 5 back to Lady of 50 and Open Water. Top of the stretch in the Vanity, and By Rama and More Chocolate. These two come to the final furlong. By Rama's a half length in front. More Chocolate trying to gun on by. Lady of 50 still has 4 to make up, and By Rama says, oh, no, you don't, to More Chocolate. It opens up 3, and By Rama's got it. More Chocolate, Lady of 50, By Rama wins the Vanity.
With blinkers off and Gary Stevens on, By Rama draws off to defeat More Chocolate by 3.5 lengths. The latest Grade 1 Stakes winner for Stevens in his return from retirement. Time of the race, 1:51.2. A close second in the Grade 1 Madison Stakes at Keeneland, By Rama records her first graded stakes victory. The Simon Callahan trainee tried the main track at Churchill Downs in her latest and finished 6th in the Grade 1 Humana Distaff. The English-bred 4-year-old filly by Byron was imported by Eclipse Thoroughbreds. By Rama has earned nearly $485,000. Back to Churchill Downs for the Grade 2 Fleur-de-Lis Handicap. Last year's winner, champion Royal Delta, the 1-5 favorite. Again, here's Mark Johnson.
46 and 4 for the half. They've got a half mile to go. Funny Proposition has the lead now by 2. Wine Princess in second. Now he lets out half an inch of rain on Royal Delta. And here she comes around the outside of Wine Princess, who's already been hustled along by Sean Bridgemahan. And Royal Delta has now taken second. Funny Proposition has a lead of a length and a half with a quarter mile to go in the Fleur-de-Lis. Royal Delta in second place. On the inside, Wine Princess is in third as they race down towards the final furlong and a half. And Funny Proposition kicked off the turn. And she's gone on again by 2. And Royal Delta really has a race on her hooves now. And she's not finding tonight. And it's Funny Proposition down inside the final 16th. Joel Rosario took this race by the scruff of the neck. And Funny Proposition for the shock in the Fleur-de-Lis.
Allowed to dictate the pace, Funny Proposition draws off to defeat Royal Delta by 5 lengths, while in receipt of 8 pounds from the champion. The winner toted 117 pounds and Joel Rosario in 150-1. The first stakes victory for Funny Proposition, who was a 3-length allowance winner over the track in her latest. The 4-year-old filly by Medaglia d'Oro was bred in Kentucky by Russell L. Reineman Stables Incorporated and was a $275,000 Saratoga yearling. Funny Proposition has earned $115,000 for John Oxley. Mark Cassie trains the winner.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by Remard's total line of equine products featuring Total Immune Blast, the complete equine immune product with nucleotides. For further information, please log on to remardinc.com.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Churchill Downs for the Grade 1 Stephen Foster Handicap. The field included the last 2 winners of the race, Pool Play and Ron the Greek, but the 9-5 favorite was Take Charge Indy. Here's the call by Mark Johnson.
And they're off in the Stephen Foster Handicap. To the outside, Take Charge Indy tries to take control, but Fort Larned flashes his usual early speed, and Fort Larned and Brian Hernandez will win the battle to the first turn. Take Charge Indy now giving chase in second. Successful Dan, content now to race in third. A break now with 3 lengths opening up to Golden Ticket. And then the late running Ron the Greek and Pool Play, a well-strung out field. 23-3, the legitimate first quarter for Fort Larned in the 32nd running of the Stephen Foster Handicap. Fort Larned has the lead by 2. Take Charge Indy, a clear second. A further 2 lengths back to Successful Dan, just lobbing along on a long rein for Leperoux back in third. A break now of 5 lengths opening up to Ron the Greek on the outside of Golden Ticket, and a long last is Pool Play. 46 and 4 for the half. A half mile to go in the Stephen Foster Handicap, and it is Fort Larned now by 2.5 lengths to take charge Indy in second. Successful Dan now given the hurry up in third. Trying to close in fourth is Golden Ticket, then Ron the Greek, and still a long last is Paul Play. He's 20 lengths off the leader, who is Fort Larned, with a quarter of a mile to go in the Stephen Foster handicap. Fort Larned out in front. The lead extends to 5 lengths now. Down the outside, Golden Ticket takes second. Successful Dan trying to stay on. Ron the Greek to the inside, but it is all Fort Larned. He went clear at the start. He was clear down the back, and he's coming home, turning handsprings. Fort Larned, brilliant in the Stephen Foster.
Allowed to set the pace, Fort Larned draws off to defeat Golden Ticket by 6 1/4 lengths. The winner under co-high weight of 121 pounds and Brian Hernandez in 147 2, a 114 brisk speed rating. Last of 8 in this race last year, Fort Larned came back to defeat the race winner, Ron the Greek, in the Grade 1 Whitney Handicap. And the Ian Wilkes trainee capped off last season by taking the Breeders' Cup Classic. But he'd been off the board in his first 2 starts this year. The 5-year-old horse by E. Dubai was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Janice Whittam, and is out of a half-sister to champion Bayakoa. This victory lifts Fort Larned over the $4 million mark in career earnings. Brian Hernandez with the safe ride of the week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. We'll have 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 1 Mother Goose Stakes and the Grade 2 Hollywood Oaks, 2-year-old fillies in the Grade 3 Debutante Stakes, and graded turf action from Colonial Downs, all next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson has been presented by Acti-Statin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Central Equipment, Claiborne Farm, Duck Lane's Veterinary Pharmacy, Gainesway, Horse Sense, Horse Races Now, Keeneland, Lane's End, Malone's, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Pala Mountains, Pin Oak Stud, Quillen Leather and Tack, Ramard, Sally Horse Fans, and Shadwell Farm. Online at tbredweek.com.